Hello, friends and family. How are you? I'm here to talk to you, share something with you, to just chill with you, chat with you, and to laugh with you. My name is Eunice Jero, and I want to welcome you to this channel, Eunice Jero YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, you come across these videos and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you have already subscribed, I say thank you. Keep on following, keep on giving me a thumbs up, keep on commenting, keep on sharing. It's very important that we keep on sharing so that we can laugh with others, we can talk with others, we can share with others what we are doing. This time, I just want to talk. I want to share. I want to discuss issues, things in life. Because life is a journey. And in this journey, sometimes you reach spots or areas in the journey where you feel you cannot cross. Those are dark moments or dark seasons in life. And sometimes it's all good. And when it's all good, we just want to go. We want to continue with the journey. This time, I want to share about embarrassing moments in life. Have you ever been embarrassed? Until you ask yourself, what did I come here to do? Or what did I do to face this? That's what I want to talk about now. And if you have ever been embarrassed, please, I know you will concur with me that it is not a very nice experience, and it's an experience which can make one feel like you are not wanted, or you are in the wrong place. And sometimes if embarrassments continue and reproach really continues, one can get depressed, stressed, depressed. You can have low self-esteem. You may not even feel that you're worth. Embarrassment from others, continuous embarrassment, can make you feel like you are not like the others. You are different in a very negative way. And that's not very nice for life. You are a very strong individual. You are a very special individual. You are you. You are not others. But because of what happens from others, you can easily be put in your mind and in yourself that others are better than you. They are not. They are not. They just want, when they want to torture you with embarrassment, there's something they are after, And sometimes people are just people, and people have to be people anyway. And not everybody can like you, and not everybody can like what you do. Not even everybody would want to be associated with you. Some not because they hate you, but some because they are envious. And jealousy as well. We are not ignorant of that. So whenever you face embarrassment, it's not necessarily that you've done something wrong. Schemers are there who scheme evil plots against people who've done nothing, and against you without even knowing, and even without knowing what you have done. And unless you are very strong, it can likely lead to depression, to self-hate, to even feeling like you don't want to associate with people, to even hating those who are embarrassing you. And you are not supposed even to hate them, by the way. You're supposed to be strong and move. That is life. And today I want to share I'm with you because now this is story. I want to give you stories. A story, not even stories today, one story on one event which I felt very, very embarrassed. I think I've shared with you that there's a time I lived in South Africa, and a time came for me to relocate to Tanzania. So I left South Africa for Tanzania. And Tanzania was quite good, and is quite a good country. Very, very friendly people. And my good God and opened a door for me to go and work in one of the local universities in Tanzania. And when I got there, they welcomed me very well, and we started working. Kiswahili of Kenya and Kiswahili of Tanzania is very different. So first things I had to teach myself. Of course, whenever you go somewhere, you have to adapt. I had to adapt to the greetings. Shikamo, marahaba, assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam, all that. And Tanzanians do not pass anybody on the road without saying hi. They greet everybody. So if it's an elderly lady, like, okay, somebody sees you're mature like me, they could greet me, shikamo, then I should answer marahaba. When we were in school, we could learn those greetings, but we never used them, unless those people who come from the coastal signs of Kenya, where they speak Swahili. Those ones who could be knowing, but me, I didn't know. I had not gotten used to that. But learning to greet people doesn't have to be an issue. It can't even be something which can make you not to feel comfortable. So that didn't affect me at all. And so we continued, and I was teaching there. Remember, I was from South Africa, so that's a very different culture. Now I'm dealing with 3 cultures. Kenyan culture is very liberal. We are able to rule ourselves very well. We are able to be don't care in the negative and in the positive. That nobody asks you what you do, nobody cares what you do, but nobody is offended with what you do. That's our culture in Kenya. It's quite liberal. On the other hand, South Africa, where I was also, is extremely liberal, if I may use that word. So there also it's freelance, free. Whatever you dress, your dress, nobody cares. What you eat, nobody cares. How you talk, nobody cares. Where you go to church, nobody cares. If you go for a nightclub, nobody cares. If you come from nightclub and you go to usher in the church, nobody cares. That was extreme liberal. And now I'm from a liberal society to an extreme liberal society, back to a very, if I may say, very, very, very tight society when it comes to culture and all these things. You know, as we are not so much into some things like Kenyans. We are, even those greetings, we are not so much into that. And so that was something also that I have now come to a new culture which is a little bit tight into the freedom of speech, freedom of, all right, speech as in talking to people, okay, but you have to choose what to share with the people before you offend them, what to tell them before you don't fit in the group, because you may think that you're trying to enlighten somebody, but you are stepping onto what they cannot do. So my story comes now. I start teaching the first week. And there's nothing. I'm not seeing myself doing anything. You know, when you go to a place, you're innocently doing the wrong thing, but for real, you do not know you're doing the wrong thing. So my dress code, even today, it doesn't offend me. It doesn't at all. And I've never felt like I'm doing the wrong thing. I don't go naked. I cover all my parts. But I don't believe in, not believe, I'm not used to. Because I'm not offended if you tie a handscarf and cover yourself. Sometimes I do cover my hand, especially when I've not made my hair. It doesn't offend me if you do that, but it is not in me. It doesn't offend me if you put on maxi every day, long dress to the bottom. It doesn't offend me, but it is not in me. So you'll not find me in it, because it's not part of me. Once in a while, yes, but it is not part of my dress code, that I must always be in a maxi, long to the ankle. It is not in me also to put micro mini. You'll not find me in that area. But it doesn't offend me if you like it. You feel smart in it. And your body accepts it. It doesn't offend me. And it doesn't bother me. It is not in me to be offended that you're putting on trousers, even in the church and everywhere. I don't get offended by that. And Kenya, we are like that. South Africa, like that. And so I came with all my trouser suits and all my trousers to Tanzania. And I was going to class in them to teach. I was teaching like that even in Kenya. So I didn't know people were getting offended by that. And I had found another Kenyan where I had gone to work in Tanzania, and she was also putting trousers just like me. And we didn't know we were offending the Tanzanians, because I don't know whether it is Tanzanians or it is the institution, because the institution is private and owned by nuns, by the Catholic. So most of the staff, the other staff, apart from the academic, the faculties, the others are more of the nuns and the fathers, the so-called priests. So even the chancellor, vice chancellor, the principals, those top positions, they are owned by the priests, Catholic priests, Roman Catholic priests. Let me use that. And I'm not, this story, I'm not sharing it to say that the Roman Catholic is abusive of people or it has a wrong culture. No, I'm not into to talk about denomination here. No, I'm only sharing how I felt embarrassed. I'm not sharing to show how the church is bad. No. I'm not fighting any religion, any denomination at all. I'm a Christian and I cannot fight Christians. Neither should I fight even for God. God fights for himself. So I don't do that stuff. What I'm sharing here is a story I'm giving you of how I felt embarrassed. Now I am going in my hipster to class. Oh my God, you see, it's wicked now. I put on hipster and I go to the campus without fear. It's not affecting me. I'm going to class in my trouser suits. And something else is that where we were, where the campus I was working, because I was not working in the main university, I was in a campus, college of the university, and it is at the coast. And you know, coast of Indian Ocean coast is quite hot, very hot. So you put on sleeveless, it's hot, it's ever summer. Put on light dresses, sunny dress. And you think you're doing the right thing, but people are getting offended. The most unfortunate thing is that I was not told by anybody. We were not told by anybody that we are offending the nuns and other Tanzanians who are feeling like these Kenyan ladies are dressing the way nuns do not want, and nobody told us. And so we continued without knowing. And you know, when you don't know, you don't know. You don't feel anything, but you are seeing people like, even when they greet you, it's like they are greeting you like, it's like, you know, you can't fail to ask yourself, why is that person, after we have said hi, turned to look at you? And you don't care. You know, you just say hi and you pass and you go to your work. So after some time, the dean of students brought internal memos to every office. So I find in my office, I found an internal memo that there will be a ladies staff meeting, lady staffs. This was unusual because dean of students has nothing to do with the faculty. But you know, you have to obey, because the letter has a stamp, official stamp of the university. So you cannot say you won't go. And so this Saturday afternoon, I dress up very well with my hipster, my sleeveless, and I go to the campus for the meeting, for the ladies' meeting, not knowing what we were going to discuss. Of course, the items of agenda were not on the letter. And mostly when you see such a memo, you definitely, being a faculty, you definitely think that you're going to discuss about students and how you're going to help female students maybe. And so we go. And I go and sit somewhere within the hall. Of course, you sit where you want. And the other Kenyan friend also came and sat next to me, just dressed like me. Okay, almost like me, because she was also in pants, trousers. And nobody else in the room was in trousers. All the others were in skirts and dresses. And they never sat near us. That is what now that's where I started feeling like, everybody is not greeting you. They are not greeting you. And they are not sitting closer to you. It's like they are leaving some space. It's like you are in a separate place. It's like where you are seated is a no-go zone. It's like there was corona and there was no COVID-19. 6 feet. As we didn't care, we started talking to ourselves. We were used to talking to one another because we are Kenyans, you know. And the nuns were full in the room. And the other staff members. After a while, others came, other female staff now, and they started coming to sit where we were, others behind us, others on the sides. So that one now was covered by that. But the nuns are really looking at us. It's like they knew. And so when the dean of students came now to address the meeting, she had item 1 for the meeting. Only 1. And 1 item was dress code. What is there to speak about dress code? For students or for employees now? First, we have to highlight that. So, the first thing is, she brings the item as like dress code for students. My brothers and sisters, my fellow friends, who sets dress code for university students? According to me, that is not for university campus, and we went to campus. So my first question was, you cannot come to lecture in the university if you have not been in campus. So you went to campus at some point. Who taught you how to dress in campus? Who taught you what to put on in campus? Who cares about that? You care about students appearing in class and performing, nothing more. So that was the first thing you would ask in such a meeting. Definitely you have to ask. You can't keep quiet there and you start discussing students should dress like this. That's waste of time. We should definitely not discuss. That's not a point to bring to people, according to me. And I believe you concur with me. And so, that was not very nice. Students, according to the dean, students had to be controlled how they dress. And so when a meeting becomes heated like that you are not agreeing on something, you wait to see, because these Catholic nuns who are in the meeting, they have more power being administrators than us who are other employees. And so you want to hear their view. And so they are given a chance to talk so that we can hear their view, because their view should be the view of the chancellor, vice chancellor, principal, whatever. It should be, because these are the people who go up, who talk to the council up there. So we want to know, where is this coming from? And of course the Nancy said that they had discussed with the top office and seen that they need to carry the university students who are associated with that name. Of course, I want to mention which university, but I have already said it is Catholic missions. Have to have a kind of decency in dressing the students. So they have to be controlled in one way, so that they produce students who have this kind of dressing in themselves. Something which I don't think you can ever achieve, even if you control. We control in Kenya. We control high school students on, not even high school, students in primary and high school on what to wear. But when they leave, they don't wear that. They don't wear the skirts and the blouses and the socks. They leave them at the gate. So you cannot really say that you have imparted some kind of dress code to somebody by regulating them what to wear. I believe in schools, we don't regulate, in secondary schools in Kenya and primary school, we don't regulate them on uniform because we want them to dress that way when they grow up. No, it's because of security purposes. So that wherever that student is seen can be associated with the school, and if one is lost or trafficked, can easily be saved and taken back to school. So that's why they put on uniform. Not because they cannot learn without uniform. They can. But now here we are talking of university students. And so the nuns now say that the students have to be regulated. And so that was passed. Definitely, when they say the administration feels that the students have to be regulated, you leave it at that and you leave for them to regulate. But it didn't end there, my friends. This is where the gist of the story is. After that I'll never forget. The next was, we are going to regulate even the staff. Man. And so the way now, some people have nothing to lose. Let me use that word. Whatever decision you make in life, there are some people who will have nothing to lose. And so such people cannot even care whatever decision is made. And I'm saying this with a lot of humility and with a lot of apologies if I'm hurting anybody. But I felt like being a Catholic nun, when somebody has become a Catholic nun, they have nothing to lose. Nothing at all. Because their life is controlled and they are used to be controlled. So whether there's freedom or no freedom, to them, life is the same. They have already taken an oath of living a controlled life. So to them, when we talk of control, control is part and parcel of their life. Liberty, the way we talk of liberty and freedom, it doesn't affect them. Whether it's there or not, they will never taste it. So they have nothing to lose. And therefore, when they stood to say that they are going to control the staff members' dress code, I knew they have nothing to lose. We are the ones to lose. So I didn't want it to know. We didn't want it. Everybody wanted anyway to know how are we going to be controlled. And then they started. No chiffon material for dress. My good Lord. No sleeveless for tops or any dress. You must have sleeves, whether like short like this or long. And it's a hot place. No short skirt or short dress. We are talking of short. We are going down. The maxi I talked about. At least it has to be between the knee and the ankle. Long down there. Finally. No trousers. And when they say no trousers, everybody turned. You know, they are turning to look at us because we are already in trousers. They are wondering how we shall go home. My dear friends, I was embarrassed. Like I don't know, let the earth open to swallow me. Because you're already in trousers. And they are explaining that we are not going to allow any female staff of this organization to be in trousers. We do not want our male. Let me not even finish. You can finish for yourself the statement. That's why I felt myself embarrassed. Because the way it has been put is not only about dressing. It's more than dressing. So we are not controlling. The dressing is like we are controlling something else. You breathe it 3-4 times, my friends. And you know what? You can't say anything. Point number 1, these are people who can... they have nothing to lose. Even if you lose your job, they have nothing to lose. But you have a family to feed. And you need money, of course. And of course, anyway, there are tough decisions to make. You stand at a crossroad. Where do I resign or do I accept? Which one would you take? which one. You are there. And your wardrobe is full of trousers. You have like 3 skirt suits. Having come from Kenya, where they make them even with tailor-made trouser suit. Smart. My dear, I'm being in a very hot place where you have to put heavy kitenge. Hey man, it was difficult. And they finish and they leave us. They don't want to walk with us now. You know, please, man is a social being. You've left us here now to swallow that embarrassment. Even the tea. Can you go to take the tea now in the tea room? You can go there. You coil and walk away slowly, swallowing that. And definitely you go home to your house. You search your heart. That's what I did. I searched my heart. At first I was bitter and I had said I'll not even talk to any of them, and I'll never. And I stayed for some time without talking to anybody, not even greeting, because I felt like the meeting was pre-done. That's why others had come without in good, although they were also not used to trousers. I had not seen them in them, but at least somebody could have told us. This meeting, even the dean herself, could have told me, I'm not an animal. I listen. The meeting we are having is because we want to control your dress code. So when you hear the meeting, please come dressed ABC. I could not have felt embarrassed. You know, university staff is not one person. Some you have not even met, but they are still members. It's not one person. And the way this person is putting the information is like it's directed to you. And all the eyes are looking at you. Thank God that even if I was feeling like the world should swallow me, I have this guts which I don't know where I got from. That nothing. I'm suffering inside, but I make sure outside you see me strong. I have those guts. I don't know where I get them from. But that's how I am. And I suffer, please. It's not a very good quality, but you can never let me down. You can never put me down. And those are some of the things which help me not to fall into depression because of what is happening in the world or in life. I have those. God helps me to be to come out strong in every situation. Yes, you want me down, but I will not go down. So when I went and my friend told me, it's like I'll leave this job. I told her, oh no, what I'll do, I'll go to the shop. They're not going to meet me. I'll buy very smart skirt suits, very smart ones, and I will walk with them in heels. Will they tell me even shoes not to put on? I'll put on high heels. Let me tell you. See, they have said we can put on skirts which are at least below the knee. I'll put exactly at the knee because I still need like a short for at least short. I'm a fan of short skirts, not micro but short. Even if you put micro, I have no problem myself. I like dressing up. How are they limiting me now? Do they know where I'm coming from? I come from where we were growing with the new dress during Christmas. And now when God has blessed me, I can buy dresses. They want to limit me what I can buy. This is not right. My dear friends, It was very embarrassing for me. But God helped me after like 2 weeks. What I did after like 2 weeks, I took off so that you can know how serious this thing was. I didn't have much clothes to go to that cliff. After that announcement, I didn't have much. So after 2 weeks, then I had to take official off and travel to Kenya to buy clothes. Look at you taking a little break. But of course, I also wanted to say hello to my family, of course. But the main aim was, if I go to Ngara, I'll get nice skirt suit. If I go to Tafeta Road, I'll get nice skirt suit. If I go to Isri, I'll get nice skirt suit. And I'll fill my boxes to have at least smart skirt suit and dresses which can go, official ones, which can go to work for 1 year without minding. I'll be smart for 1 year as I continue now to add slowly by slowly, because of course I didn't have. I had like 2, 3. Will you keep on putting on today? When will you wash them? You see? Because now I have to take the trousers back home. It was difficult. But I kept an element of not caring. How? Immediately I leave that campus. See me in the market, I'll be in a trouser. That's how I lived. You can ask me when I'm in the market. You can follow me in my house. Immediately. I leave that campus and I get to my home, shower, put on my trouser. If I have to go to the market, in my trousers. Church. My church was liberal. I love that church even today. I miss it. They allowed us to dress the way you want. Nobody talked about it. Maybe they were not feeling okay, but I was okay myself. Nobody showed me they are not okay. We mixed very well with the people at that church. And so my embarrassment went when I could go to church in my trousers, when I could go to the market in my trousers, and Saturdays when I'm not teaching and I just want to go and just maybe do my preparations for the next week and all that, I could put on my trousers and go to that campus. I'm not going to any class. And nobody asked me. I know you think that is riotous, but I had to be strong. I had to be strong for myself. For myself. Finally, I had to make sure, although this is not a good thing to do, but I had to make sure that the nun knows you did wrong by telling her with my own mouth. And that is something else. I don't like keeping things to myself. You have to understand this, you people. When you keep things to yourself, they are not solved. Talk them out. So one time I go to the clinic where that nun was working, to the clinic like I'm sick and I'm not sick. And we start chatting good stuff. No more talking. But I made sure I sat her down and told her, when you said ABCD, I felt ABCD. And I think that was not from you. According to my assessment, that was not from you. And that's why I'm telling you, because I know it was not from you. Because if it was from you, you could have told me before. And that's when now we talked, I knew where it was coming from, and I was okay. And I lived like that. After that embarrassment, I lived well. But I was very conscious about who I relate with. Very conscious about who calls me for something and I attend. Very conscious about who I can trust. Trust issues. Because if such a thing can be organized and you don't know, and there are people you are working with and nobody tells you a little gossip, that means in that area, don't trust them. Don't have to. Don't have to. And that's how we lived. So my friends, I was sharing that story of how one can suffer embarrassment and you feel like you are not wanted. Because at that time, that is how I was feeling. But God helped me with those guts to come out of it. Come out of it. Yeah. And I lived. And I stayed. By the way, I stayed in Tanzania for quite some time before relocating to where I am today. So I stayed there, and I loved the people. I loved everything about. Apart from that element of embarrassment, everything else was good, and especially the people outside. Tanzanians are very friendly. So that's an element and a part of journey. Life is a journey. So I suffered too embarrassment over something which to you do not think it's big. But it is big. The way it comes to you, whatever small it is, the way it comes to you, it can come to you and it sound like a mountain which has fallen onto your head. So, guys, that's all what I wanted to share with you. Let me say I love you. God bless you. Let's keep chatting. This channel, don't forget, is about life. Making life easier. By sharing stories, today was story time. By talking about issues in life, by trying to laugh, make laughter, jokes, comedy, whatever you feel makes you happy. I like doing that. Talking and cooking. Easy recipes which I eat. Which I make for myself. I still continue to share with you. I cook for you and I eat for you because I love you. I hope you love me too, because we are a family. Thank you so much for listening to me. Love you. Meet you in the next one. Bye-bye.